2, 1. I don't know how much of this it caught, but that's okay. We're clicking the buttons and we're on live on YouTube, everybody. Hey, everybody. Get out of that student union. Get out of that quad, folks. Climb right on into the lecture hall because we're here. We're open. Days for Dummies is upon you, and what a huge week. But before we get into that, though, before we get into the week, we got to take attendance. Who is here? Matt, are you here? That is me. I am. Hi. Kat, are you here? Kat.
Present.
Kat and Professor Angela, are you in attendance today?
I am in attendance, though I'm not in the lecture hall. If you guys thought you were getting out of the test because I had to get on the road, you were wrong.
No, Angela's on a personal field trip today, but didn't want to miss class, and that is some dedication.
It is. I am dedicated.
Dedicated to education. Education. And stuff. Anyway, hey, what a big week of Days of Our Lives. Let me tease the people who might be interested. We got the beginning of Stefan's mustache is beginning.
Yes.
I
saw that peeking out when he had
buzz
Ava on Friday. Yeah,
yes, over the top lip of Brandon's lash. Because we know from Day of Days and from the concert we went to, the Day Players concert, full stachio.
He had enough time to shave that off and grow it back 3 times because they're so far ahead.
You know, I was surprised to see it, honestly. I'm like, man, he's had this thing for a long time. Let's see here. Leo cover art Leo this week apparently has a heart.
Oh, he's even funny when he's in lockup.
When is he not funny? I don't think there's a point where he's not. Melinda is just absolutely nutso. Like really, she needs therapy.
Sad. He was genuinely sad about the baby.
Yeah. And of course, to him, it's unbelievable because that baby was so healthy and pink and beautiful.
He delivered him into this world with his 2 hands. He witnessed the miracle himself. Leo Stark did. He birthed a miracle. If it wasn't for him, the miracle would still be in Nicole's womb, maybe, or just I don't know, in worse straits. I don't know what happens when you don't have somebody to catch the baby.
It comes out anyway.
Still comes.
I guess the mom just has to catch the baby.
Yes, and that does happen. And sometimes it happens on purpose.
I wonder what that must be like to be in the woods, right? And then have no medical technology there, no doctor to coach you through. All you have is human instinct. Gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. So
and some kind of instinct nonsense would jump into your body. It would.
I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. Like, I need to crouch. This is the exact position that I need to be in.
You know what? It was a foul movie when I look back on it, but it reminds me of Blue Lagoon when Brooke Shields. What's happening?
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my God. But that's not all, folks. That's not all Days of Our Lives. We have Leo Stark with a heart. We got Melinda is just absolutely crazy and desperately needs therapy.
And really, oh my gosh, what she needs more than anything is someone to like her and have a friend, I guess.
I was going to say, she needs a couple more friends because she's going above and beyond to keep this one. Jeez.
It's like being a sophomore in high school where you're like, I didn't make any friends last year. I really need to make the most of my high school experience.
Yeah. Let me steal a baby for someone.
Let me steal a baby for somebody, exactly. Then
That'll
she'll
get
like
me
me.
in real good. Yeah.
Someone undeserving that's kind of a piece of crap too.
Yeah.
And
you saw the wheels turning in Sloane's head when Eric was telling her about Nicole and Sammy, and he forgave Nicole for stealing Sammy's baby.
What a perfect time for this to come up.
And and it was also kind of like she was kind of like feeling, oh well,
hey, come on,
she's done the same thing, so I'm not so bad.
Yeah. I mean, people have done this in Salem plenty of times. Be okay.
I think it's hysterical.
Maybe it's karma.
I think it's hysterical, the baby crying when she held him, but not crying when Eric held him, even though it's not like, they say that babies in the womb can hear, so they recognize their mother's voices, especially, and sometimes even their father's. If the father talks a lot, that wouldn't have happened with Eric. But somehow...
Maybe it's his pheromones, just the way he smells.
I think maybe it's a level of comfort where when Sloane's holding the baby, she feels stiff and uninviting. Where when Eric holds the baby, he holds it like he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know anything. Well, I know that her baby's supposed to like resemble their dads more when they're infants, so their dads don't like eat them or something.
Usually not until about 1 year old, around the age of 1, but yes.
Got it. All right, so we got a year or so before Eric is like, this kid looks a lot like me.
I don't know, because I don't know if anybody saw the promo next week, but Nicole's going to hold that baby. She asked Eric if she could hold the baby, and she's going to hold that baby, and she's going to be like, this is my baby.
This feels right.
I think that's going to happen too.
I recognize my baby. It was in the promo.
Okay, well, there you go.
That she tells Eric that this is my baby, and Eric's like, yeah, you're crazy. And Nicole's demanding a DNA test.
Ooh, see, that was fun because at the end of Friday, this is what I thought. I thought Nicole needs to kidnap this baby. And then when they find out that it's actually her kid, it's not really kidnapping. Huh?
Well, let's see how long Days of Our Lives is not too bad, not too shabby when it comes to long storylines. So maybe she'll find out.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't know. Because I was like settling in for the long haul, Like Nicole's going to find out when the kid is 8.
No,
I'm sitting there going, are they going to test by then? Are they going to test the baby against the sample they already have from EJ? Because that will come up negative. Because that ain't EJ's baby, which would drag it out. Or,
So twofold revelation, perhaps.
Yeah.
Nicole will find out it's her baby, and Eric will find out it's her baby. Oh my gosh. Everybody's going to find out.
Nicole's going to find out it's a baby at the same time EJ opens the safe and takes the test out.
I know, right?
And he looks at it, and then he does another one of those like silent rage moments, which Dan F. Just absolutely. I'm sorry?
He's great at those.
He's really good at those, and he gets to do them all week long, and that's nice. That was nice to see.
He does great at his features. He can really show internal rage.
Like the way that he does like the eyes and the tight mouth, and it's not goofy either. Like it's convincing. No. Like he's really trying to hold himself back.
So Professor, how do you say Nicole's, the actor's first name? Ariane, I think, but everybody calls her Ari. Oh, okay. Oh, that's her nickname is Ari.
Ari Zucker.
I really want to call her Ariana.
That's not her name.
Yeah, but there's not an A at the end.
I know.
So I know. I get tripped on it. Tripped up on it too. So we should just call her Ari.
I mean, Ma refuses to call Dex on GH Dex, and always calls him Dexter, which has not been confirmed as his full name. So
I was going to say, do you even know that his full name is Dexter? I mean, Dex could just be a military nickname, and his name is Robert.
Very well.
Simon.
Yes. My name is Robert Scorpio Jr.
Yes, I had a supervisor, a female supervisor. Her name was Duffy. Her real name was Anna. She became Duffy when she was in the Marines, and it stuck her entire life.
Oh, it's like a camp nickname, but from the military.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's something that I missed not going to summer camp as a kid, was getting a camp nickname.
When I was in boot camp, we had to name our M16s because we were assigned an M16 and we had to keep it with us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we all, like the guys all gave their M16s female names, and we all gave, the females gave them male names. And one of our drill instructors would call us by our guns nickname all the time.
That's fun.
And now we have to know, what was your gun's nickname?
Vinny.
See, Ma would just call it Vincenzo.
Yeah. The last thing
that was its full name.
Well, hey.
But it was because my grandfather's middle name was Vincenzo. It was Vinny. Yeah.
Awesome. Kaiwan wants to know if we're going to talk about Sammy at all today. And I'm going to probably...
Well, I mean, Sammy was brought up.
They did. They talked about
I
it.
really loved Eric's. There wasn't a DNA test done in the 90s in our family that you didn't tamper with. He's like, yeah, Nicole was bad, but you gotta understand Sammy.
Yeah, like everybody pales in comparison to that Sammy.
I really did like him wanting to name the baby Samuel. I thought that was sweet after his twin sister.
Yes, that is sweet. That is sweet. She deserves a namesake, doesn't she? And then Nicole be like, we're gonna rename this kid Gary.
And then Sloan, you want to name the baby after your sister? What? What's you never even met her. What is your deal?
Would you rather the baby be named like Mr. Sloan? You know, is that
right?
Sloano. Kaiwan's nickname is Tuna, so that's fun to know. Is it because you like tuna sandwiches, Kaiwan, or is it because you swim so well? Let me know. Let me know in the chat.
Well, this is Kaiwan. This is what I'm hoping, okay? Because I haven't seen Sammy Odd Days of Our Lives. The only Sammy I know is on The Biggest Loser. That's the only thing I know her from.
Right.
So I'm happy to see Sammy. I want her.
Allison Sweeney is nothing like her character. Allison Sweeney is just like a sweetheart, and she is nothing like Sammy. Is just deviousness just drips from Sammy. It's delicious. It's great.
Well, I'm hoping that Allison Sweeney doesn't want to sell her sisters and steal babies and all that.
Teenager. It's so funny. She was a teenager selling her baby sister on the black market.
But Kaiwan, I really do want her to blow into town for Christmas, and I want her to stir the pot a little bit. I would like that. I hope so. Just where we can talk about her currently with you.
Yes, I know. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
For Sam for me to show back up.
My grand aunt, my great grandmother, stepsister called me Tuna as well, and he's been called it his whole life. So, oh, well, it's fun. It's like a little kid nickname. Oh, my little Tuna. Come here, my little Tuna.
Yeah. Well, I've been.
Hey, speaking of adults, I'm sorry. What's that, Ma? I'm talking over you.
I've been cat pretty much my whole life, but not everyone at different sectors of my life had called me that. But some people, I got a couple of cousins that's called me that my whole life. But yeah,
what's a little
I'm Kathy,
different?
Cat Catherine.
Yeah, I mean, cat's a little easier to get than Tuna, I think.
Yeah, it is.
But I've been noticing some chatter on the social medias out there about Days of Our Lives, and I was wondering Professor Angela's perspective on this, seeing as she's the expert. And that is apparently John and Roman continue to make references to being in children's lives when they were considered dead at the time. Do you know what these people are talking about and why it matters?
Well, I really don't think it does matter. I mean, I guess it's a continuity thing, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not sure it's the most important continuity thing. You know, honestly, I mean, it's so, the two of them were, in and out and dead and played by other people. Well, John never was, but
and they were each other.
Exactly. It's hard for anybody to keep track of.
I imagine so. To continue to stack on points on like the 10th floor that we were making last week when it comes to like, hey, if you're a 30-year-old writer, you're younger than the show. You got to do some looking and some research in order to be able to catch up and be, on par with the entire history of the show. And when it comes to the crossover of John and Roman, it'd probably be pretty easy to get that mixed up.
Right. And I mean, yeah, you want to catch up on the history, but I mean, it's almost impossible to catch up on every minutia detail.
Especially with a character like John and Roman.
Exactly. Even if you've watched it the entire time. Yeah, even if you've watched the show from day one, there are going to be things you naturally forgot.
Oh yeah, that was that dude, wasn't it?
Or mix up in your head,
Absolutely.
I get mixed up stuff from last week, of course.
Me too. I got mixed up.
Carly is my favorite character. She's been played by 4 actresses, and there are times I'm like, which Carly did that? And then it gets even more confusing because they reshot some flashbacks.
Right.
So was it that Carly that did that, or was that just a reshot flashback? You can't. There are things to get hung up on, I just don't think that that's one of them.
Right.
And if my short viewing time, I have embraced the ridiculousness of Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm.
I really have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would like it to get ridiculous again. It hasn't been very ridiculous. It's been very relationshipy, which is fine. It's daytime. We're supposed to love each other. I'm not going to complain that we're getting romance. But also at the same time, we ain't got no wacky shenanigans happening. We got the baby swap, but I won't call that a wacky shenanigan. I'm going to call that a daytime staple. You know, like, like I need Dimitri to come back and with like dreadlocks or something. You know?
Did you see Friday's episode? Dimitri's back.
He's back already? Oh, see, look at that.
He showed up
at the end of Friday. Anybody who thought he was already gone is mistaken.
See, I was right. He didn't get on the sub.
Yeah, he showed up at Sloan's at the very last scene of Friday.
Yeah.
I think I had already stopped paying attention by then. No hate, no harm or anything, but I wasn't the most gripped this week.
So the last thing you remember seeing on Friday was probably Nicole and Eric.
That is the last thing I remember seeing was Nicole going, "Hey, I want to hold that baby," and then I'm like, "Oh, okay." Episode over.
And then the very next scene was Sloan. There was a knock on the door. She thinks it's a delivery, and it's Dimitri.
I must have looked away and then heard the music and went, "That must have been it."
Yeah,
probably what happened.
Oh gosh, you know, because it wasn't a big Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was there. We had some time together, but we didn't get like John carving the turkey. You know, like
him and Steve are in Greece.
I don't care.
No, they're not there.
I don't care. That was a bad time to go to Greece. You can wait a couple of days to go to Greece.
They're on a case.
Yeah,
I can't wait a couple days. Jesus, man.
Just
what kind of shoddy organization, shoddy outfit do you think
there's
Black
a holiday.
Patch is running there?
Crime can wait for after time with the family.
No.
Yes, because that's not even a paid job.
They're just trying to get to the bottom of it because they like Maggie.
And those are the most important jobs, the ones that come from the heart.
You're right.
Maggie's going to wind up...
They're both married to doctors for a reason, okay?
That's true.
Neither of them are the breadwinners. Let's just say that.
The absenteeism.
All of that happened this week, too. I totally forgot. Like, Constantine planted one on Maggie.
I know.
And he's like, "You stupid. You stupid. What are you doing? Blowing the whole thing up."
But maybe I did it.
Pretty quick, though, didn't she?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust this man. This is no Cypress Renault, okay? I would not trust Constantine.
But Maggie is a trusting soul.
But then we get into that same old soap thing. If you just talk to each other more often, you could avoid some drama, Steve.
But we don't want to avoid drama.
No.
Just go tell Maggie, "Hey, you got that fucking bargain bin." And then Maggie would go, "Oh, interesting, Constantine." And we go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I would make you happy. I should go." And she'll be like, "All right, yeah." Then everybody's happy again, right? Except for Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's too easy of a
fix.
fix.
You got to stick around and try to, steal from him first a little more.
I guess.
Let's
get the royal jewels.
But Teresa, he needs to get in cahoots with her a little more.
Cheryl is here. Hey, Cheryl. Hi. Moderator Cheryl in the house.
Hi, Cheryl.
She encourages everybody to hit that like button. And while you're doing that, click the subscribe as well. And, say hi in the chat. If you haven't said so, say hi. You don't have to say anything else besides hi. If you don't want to.
Unless you want to.
Hey, here's one I want to know. How much money exactly is Melinda giving this doctor? Because it was just a wad of cash, and I'm not sure it was going to be enough for me.
Oh.
The first time it was a check, which seemed shady as well, because that's imminently traceable.
Right.
And the second time was just a huge, massive wad of hundreds, but I mean, it wasn't like it was that much.
And where does Melinda get this money from? I understand that she used to be the DA, but was she like super rich DA? Just she got $1.5 million?
She's getting the money from Sloan. Just not on camera.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Because Sloan is rich.
Somehow Sloan is rich.
Because she's probably an heiress or something.
Well, she's a lawyer, and then her parents are both dead, and her father was a big time professor. I don't know what the heck her mother did, but they lived in London.
Oh, so maybe she's got
Ooh.
herself some nice.
Yeah, I think she's got some money.
Okay. Well, money doesn't seem to be her problem, that's for sure.
But again, you know, the women in or Salem are all the breadwinners. So
Interesting, huh?
Eric certainly hasn't got any money.
No, Eric's supposed to be poor, right? I remember one of the scenes that I watched like 2 years ago when I put a random Days of Our Lives episode on. It was him outside Brady's pub and talking about how he used to be a priest and now he's a bartender and loves people and doesn't have anything but his heart or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gave it all up for this life.
Well, EJ got a decent job, I guess, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, he's the DA now, so now he doesn't have a good paying job, but he's a Demera, so he's rich by birth.
He's just rich because Stefano was.
Professor, I have to take on this. Okay. I know you love it. What'd you think when Ava shot that guy?
I liked it.
Blood.
I like that she shot him, and I like Ava and Stefan team up. I think it's fun.
I think it's fun too.
So I think that's going to be a good time, and Harris is going to be like, "What the absolute F is going on here?"
Mm-hmm.
Jacarius is here.
It's funny that now Burton's playing one of the bumbling police officers, losing his keys. That's definitely a Salem PD move.
Well, I love the Stefan. I like the Stefan Ava. I love that they did that. That's going to make it way more adventuristic and fun.
See, you were too drawn into the scene to notice the mustache. Is what it was. You liked the content too much, and you're like, "Oh, look at this! More GH flashbacks! Yes, look at this! we got Alcazar or whatever."
Well, I said to your dad when he watched the one episode with me last week. I said to your dad, I said, "Look, it's Jason, Carly, and Johnny Cara."
And
well, I was brought in by the content, and I still noticed the mustache.
And I can't help it. I can't help it. I cannot say just Johnny. For some reason, I have to say
Johnny Zakara.
Yeah. It's like Robin Williams. You can't just say Robin. It's weird. Weird.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Zac Efron. You can't just get away with just the one.
It is weird, huh? Weird like that.
Oh my god! So on Twitter, I had somebody reach out to me, sent us a message on Twitter saying, "Hey, you know what? I just realized watching the GH flashback stuff is James Reed also played Gregory Chase on General Hospital." So I want to shout out to the person who sent us this message. Hi, thank you very much for sending it to us. And so isn't that fun? James Reed is the actor who plays Clyde.
Clyde Weston.
Yes. When Gregory Chase was first introduced, sick the first time, it was James Reed, and then he very quickly left. He was on for like 2 weeks.
Oh, he didn't make past his 10 days.
No, he didn't. He did not. I don't know why or whatever. So I was actually surprised to see him on Days of Our Lives, especially since apparently he's got a very long history of being just a Southern a-hole.
He's typecasted that way?
I don't know if he's actually really Southern, because I haven't heard him use this accent in any of the other work that I've seen him in.
Any what?
Any of the other work that I've seen him in.
Oh, okay.
Because he's one of those.
Clyde's been on Days for years and years.
He's one of those classic people that was on Charmed. One of those Charmed soap opera crossover actors.
You love it when you recognize people from other stuff like that.
I think it's really fun that there's so much crossover between Charmed specifically and Daytime. Even Tyler Christopher was on Charmed.
Greg Vaughn was on Charmed.
Exactly. He was a main character in the second season, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ted King was on Charmed.
He sure was. He was main character in the first season.
I know.
I was educating my mother.
There must be some folks behind the scenes that are very involved, have been working involved.
So it's an Aaron Spelling show, and Aaron Spelling, I think, is just kind of like primetime soap man.
Yeah.
And so I imagine that he just had a lot of daytime friends as well.
there's some crossovers there too, from daytime to nighttime back in the heyday of nighttime soaps.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who showed up on Dallas and Dynasty and all of that.
Well, Dimitri was on both. He was on Dynasty, big part.
He was.
Michael
He was.
Nader?
Not our Dimitri, not current Dimitri. You're talking about Nader.
Oh, talking about Dimitri and Mom and children.
Yes. Jakarius would like us to know that he really does not like Holly.
Well,
and I can tell you exactly why he doesn't like Holly, Ma. I'll tell you exactly why.
Because
You too, Angela. I'm sure
he's a
you two
Janelle
can figure
fan.
it out. It's
He's a
because she's
Janelle
in the
fan.
way of Johnny and Chanel's happiness.
oh, well, she is not. She is not a match. That's for sure for anybody. Yeah, she's a child. She'll be gone soon. When she'll get past Johnny soon.
When she
Yeah,
realizes how cute Tate is.
Yes.
Yes, she's just she's a fun teen. You know, she's Nicole's daughter, so she has to have a little bit of deviousness in her, and
She
she's.
does.
I mean, she's not actually doing anything to them. She hasn't interrupted their happiness yet. She's just
Not
interrupted
yet.
a couple movie nights.
It's going to get intense.
I mean-
She's really going to push Tate to do some really bad stuff.
Probably, but here's the thing: Johnny and Chanel, they're cute but boring.
Ooh, I think those are some fighting words.
Shots
Do
fired.
you want to
Shots
meet
fired.
Jakarius on the Foursquare court?
I'm choosing violence on the Lord's Day. Sorry, Jakarius. But they're boring without something.
Well, yeah, and I guess this is something, right?
The true
no.
problem for them.
Boring about something.
We're going to fast
Right.
forward to a wedding day, and then Tate's going to accidentally pour punch all over Chanel's beautiful white gown, ruining the day.
I don't even think that'll still be an issue by the time they're getting back married. I think what's going to happen is Allie's going to show back up.
I don't know who Allie is, so all right. Oh,
Johnny's
Allie.
twin sister.
Oh.
Johnny's twin sister, who is Chanel's ex-girlfriend.
Oh. Gosh, Chanel just really likes to hang around Johnny's. Anyway. Oh, James Reed is
I
on
love when
Bosch.
she was
How
talking
good.
to
How neat.
Paulina. I love when she was talking to Paulina about it, and she was like, "Well, this isn't like with me and Johnny and Allie, or me and Johnny and Wendy." I was just like, or me and Allie and Alex. Yeah,
Triangle centric.
Boy. People
exactly. It's a soap opera.
The people love to love in Salem is what it is. There's just too much love to give. They don't know who to give it to. And so why not give it to multiple people at a time?
Actually, I told you, Dad, when he was watching his one episode last week, I said, you watch long enough, you're going to see somebody in their chones anytime.
In any moment. There's so much more chones on Days of Our Lives than the other shows. And it's because it's streaming, I would think. They can get away with it more often.
Yep.
Yep. We got more
Was it
people in the
just
chat now.
me?
Jeannie is here. Hi, Jeannie.
Hey, Jeannie.
So when Chanel was telling Johnny the story about the
Susan. Hi,
customer
Susan.
that he ordered all the cookies and ate all those cookies while he was waiting for her to make more, anybody else picture it being the guy that wears the bad wigs all the time, or just me?
You and this guy with the bad wigs. I haven't noticed, I guess, enough of the bad wig guy in the back. The only time I've noticed background actors is when Dick Van Dyke was dancing with Doug and Judy or something, whatever her name is.
Julie.
Doug and Julie singing and dancing in the hospital. We had a nurse and a doctor in the back kind of watching and going, oh, how cute. And it wasn't characters, it was the background actors. But that is the only time I've ever noticed them.
I'll tell you when I noticed the background. I noticed that chick. Remember when Ava was in the house, in the sanity place? Her and Harrison together. There was this one poor thing in the background, blonde hair, looked like they hadn't combed it for her in 2 months, petting a stuffy. She was very distracting.
And Kat really wants to know more about that character. What was wrong with her? Why is she there? Are they giving that poor girl help?
I guess I can give that cookie scene a little bit of criticism. Of all of the conversations to have between Johnny and Chanel, why that one? I mean, I get at the end we were trying to show how gracious and generous Chanel is, and one of the many reasons why Johnny loves her so much is because of her givingness to make
Forgiving
that extra
nature, huh?
box of cookies for the man that ate 3 of them while he was waiting because he wants diabetes. I don't know.
Oh, you know who was sitting there waiting for those cookies? That was that pathetic Everett.
Is Everett eating his feelings about Stephanie?
I really want to impress. I really, really, really want to impress them. So I need to bring them 30 boxes of cookies. 30. 30.
Yeah.
What was he doing there? I wasn't paying close enough attention to know why Everett was there at Thanksgiving with them.
Because Doug invited him.
Uh-huh.
Doug did the turkey trot at 98 years old.
Okay.
And then had to rest for the rest of the episode,
which is why we didn't have to come downstairs after that, huh?
Yeah. And then Doug invited Everett because he was new in town, and Everett wanted to do a feature on Doug and Julie.
Got it.
Something. They were pillars of the community. Something.
It's yada yada blah da.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
That is how they explain
really, Doug's
it.
just letting strange men in the house and leaving them there for his wife to find without word.
Who are you?
Huh?
What are you doing here? Oh yeah, your husband let me
with
in.
one of those candlesticks she's holding.
Okay, that sounds right. That sounds right. My husband would let you in, go upstairs, and not tell me. Oh, that's on course. Oh, geez. I don't know. I guess I don't want to continue to give harsh criticisms, but goodness gracious, they just shoving Everett into this thing, aren't they?
Well, Chad and Stephanie, also boring.
You know, I mean, I don't, because even if I am not as invested as other people might be, you know, I don't want to say that it's boring because this is not, I'm not invested, but other people might be loving every single moment of it. So I want to be fair to those people who are having a great time and not call it boring. But to me, yes, to you, it's boring. To me, I am not invested.
Engaging couple to me.
At this point,
anything I say is obviously my opinion. I do not ever try to speak for the entire audience because I know that nobody can.
Yes, thank you.
And
I wasn't trying to be harsh with that. I was just talking.
Why not?
We like what we like.
We like what we like, and that's totally okay. I'm not trying to police you, Angela, so hopefully that didn't come out like that.
There are people who hate Harris and Ava. I adore them.
Yeah, exactly. And I just, you know what it is? I'm trying to disarm anybody that can come to this podcast and leave a comment or go on social media saying, well, they said we think. Oh, goodness. Because people are sensitive sometimes.
People are sensitive sometimes.
People are very sensitive sometimes. We might have lost Angela.
Oh, she got frozen, didn't she?
She's a little frozen. She's a little frozen, but that's all right. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to podcast anyway. Hey, she's back.
Sorry, I got booted out.
No, it's okay.
Zone, apparently.
It's all right.
No, you came back quick. That's good.
I'm going to put you back in the position we're in. Put us back there. There we go. Now we're back in order. Anyway, I was saying that we love Angela. She's our favorite teacher. We couldn't do this podcast without her.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so Gil is dead.
You're so sweet.
Ava killed Gil. Well, Gil got too handsy with her, and he deserved it.
He sure did.
You know.
Yeah, she warned him.
She sure did.
She said one more step, and then
he knows her history. He knows she's a mobster. He knows she's killed before.
I do appreciate that this guy was like, what are you gonna do? What if you kill me, Clyde's gonna be super mad and Tripp's gonna die. And then so she shoots him, and then Clyde was like, why? Okay, well, yeah, I didn't pay him to do that to you, so that makes a whole lot of sense. So this is, you know, I did appreciate that. I thought that was a fun way to go about it. Audience has problems with Ron Cavallardi going to this particular plot beat too readily, I guess. But hey, you know, that's just what some people think. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
A soap staple. It just is. I mean,
a guy being too aggressive.
And to me, it didn't actually happen, so it's not as
right. And it's not like they had her fall in love with him afterwards.
That's true. It wasn't a seduction.
No.
So
He deserved to get shot in the chest a second time, or perhaps in the forehead.
At a certain point, though, is Wendy and Tripp going to move?
I would have gone lower.
Is Wendy and Tripp eventually going to move out of this deadly apartment?
I know, right?
That's what I would like to know.
How many people gotta die?
Before they're like, I don't think this is the place for us, babe.
Yeah.
You don't forget, though, Professor, there is a housing shortage in Salem.
I do love the fact that they worked the fact that they don't have a budget for new sets into the fact that there's just nowhere new for these people to live. Like, I think that is fun. Because I'm trying to figure out whose house Valentine moved into. I have no idea whose house that is over on General Hospital.
I don't recognize it.
See, it could be new.
The thing that GH had too is that, I mean, GH had I don't know how many of them they've actually kept, but in some warehouse somewhere, there are all kinds of little sets from the other soaps.
That is true.
Anna's house had been on like All My Children or something before they burned it down.
So when it comes to scale, the sound stage is about this big, and then like storage is like this big at the set.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I know some percentage of their stuff got destroyed because it was in New York.
Yeah.
They didn't move that stuff to California.
Right.
But
they have
stuff from the internet shows.
Right, because I think they moved All My Children, I think, California. They were filming All My Children and possibly One Life to Live in California as well.
I do remember that. Even as a little kid, I remember this.
You're right. All My Children for sure.
Yeah.
You're right.
They moved it from New York to California, and I remember reading as a kid, like a young teen, in Soap Opera Digest that was delivered to the house, which isn't delivered to anybody's houses anymore.
No,
delivered to your house. I was reading about how the big stars had to decide to quit or take a pay cut in order to keep the show on the air when it moved to Los Angeles. I do remember.
And move too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they had to move to the other side of the country. Yep.
Right. And it seems as though everybody was like, okay, we're going to stay with the show.
Well, can't think of anybody they lost due to that.
I really can't either. Yeah, even Adam was on the show for up until that last year. Adam Chandler. Remember him?
I sure do.
David Canary, that guy was great. Let's see. Chad and Stephanie should break up at this point, says Jacarius, and I'm with Jacarius. I don't know why they're fighting so hard for this relationship.
I don't either. Put a fork in it, it's done.
Jacarius also says he too is choosing violence by saying he does not like Ava and Harris. So boom. Boom. Shots have been
good.
Shots have been fired across each other's bow. We have a war upon us.
Well, I enjoy Ava and Harris, and I have to say, if it weren't Steve Burton and Tamara, I wouldn't enjoy him as much. That's part of the reason why I enjoy him so much.
I mean, it would depend on who was playing them. You know what I mean? I think the actors have great chemistry.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jacarius is a Jason and Sam fan, right?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
I don't know. This is something that you and our TA Jacarius could talk about in your office hours,
Might come to blows.
I did put a poll up for the people who are watching right now, because now I want the audience to tell us. Pick one, Ava and Harris or Johnny and Chanel. And this thing is going wild when it comes to just the changing percentages.
He's going,
I can't vote in it. Somebody needs to vote for me.
Yeah. Angela, vote for Angela. You guys know the couple.
Angela's and Ava and Harris.
Yeah.
Add one to that poll.
See, you're right. You're right. There you go. Jacarius says he is a J-Sam fan.
Exactly. A lot of Jason and Sam fans are not Harris and Ava fans because to them it's Jason and Carly.
That makes a lot of sense.
And that's fine. And even if you don't like Harris and Ava for Harris and Ava, I don't care. I'm fine with that. I'm not one of the people I know, and I have, if people need other people to like their ship as well, that's all good. I watch for what I like. Other people not liking it doesn't bother me. I don't need other people to like it for me to like it.
No.
And honestly, if sometimes people will like something and it'll make me go, God, why do I like the same thing they do? And make me really rethink some life choices. And sometimes sometimes people won't like something and it'll make me take another look at them. Make me take another look at it. But I don't like something based on what other people like.
But what you will never do is fast forward. You're going to watch every moment of these shows.
I watch everything live.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, part of that is
even if I don't catch it live and have to watch it later, I still watch the entire thing. And yes, part of it is work, but right now I only recap Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
I do the GH spoilers, but Michael took over the GH recap and I'm doing the GH spoilers now. So I don't have to watch everything. I do because I like soap operas.
Because you love it.
That's why I watch all four soaps.
That's why I watch every scene too. And it doesn't matter what show I'm watching. I'm going to watch every scene because I enjoy soap operas.
I'm going to have it on. I promise that I'm not fast forwarding and it will be on. How close I'm paying attention might differ.
Right? Yeah.
You might be multitasking, huh, Matt?
It's hard for me to just sit there and look at TV. I'm my mother's kid. You know.
No, I am that Will Ferrell meme of him in the car singing when it comes to soaps. I don't care. I love it.
I love daytime too. I think that soaps are one of the most fascinating and important ways of storytelling that we still have available to us.
And it's all over television. It certainly isn't only on those 4 shows, the format of soap opera. Other shows may not be called a soap opera, but they indeed are.
I mean, they're soapy. They're less soapy now. I mean, they're still fantastical.
Tristan Rogers will argue that what is on daytime now is not actually opera in its true form. It's a serialized drama, no different from Law and Order and things like that. Grey's Anatomy. He's like, he told me when I talked to him that there are no soap operas anymore, and it's all serialized drama.
Who said
he's
this?
Right to a certain degree. Tristan Rogers.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Mr.
I'm not going to tell Tristan Rogers that he's wrong. If there's somebody out there that probably has a better idea of what makes a soap opera, he probably has a better idea when it comes to that.
And then he called me love.
And
then he called me love.
Oh,
so anything he says it's okay with me.
Yep.
Serialized. Is it because it's just because I don't know. I wonder why he sees it differently.
Well, the soap operas. Honestly, the soap operas were originally a product of the soap companies,
right?
Mm-hmm. To sell their products to housewives. So maybe
that's what they. It was one long commercial. Really.
They were produced by Procter and Gamble and things like that. So, and they used to do a lot more product placement and stuff like that in soaps.
Now,
although General Hospital and Days of Our Lives have gotten back to it. Days of Our Lives has a lot of Peacock mentions.
They sure do.
And General Hospital does a lot of Marvel, Star Wars, Disney.
But was Tristan even involved in soaps when they were still shucking stuff?
I don't know.
Didn't that die out in the 70s?
Maybe.
I don't know. I saw the first episode of General Hospital, and I didn't see them pushing Tide on anybody.
Well, what's funny is John and Marlena did Tide commercials. In character.
Oh, gosh. Not during the show, though.
I don't remember, honestly. I don't think it was during the show, but it could have been.
See, well, the smart thing to do would be to get the advertisers to use the actors, and so it is just an hour, right? But then it's like them baking, and they're like, oh, the cookies are done. And when they have that Chanel and Johnny commercial about baking cookies, it makes more sense to have it.
Product placement out the yin-yang with soap operas.
They should just do that.
Yeah,
again.
They could find out that Chanel's a phony and everything is Pillsbury.
I know, right?
Pillsbury. I don't have a problem with a little bit of product placement. So here's the thing. They've gotten so slick with product placement now that when you watch a movie, it's just a commercial for Coke. Sometimes it's really blatant. I'll point to the Santa Claus Part 2 with Tim Allen, which is a movie that's probably 25 years old now, for all I know.
It is.
I don't know. But they have this literal scene where Tim Allen's in there and talking to his family, all this kind of stuff. Christmas is in danger. We need to save them. And they are literally eating Big Macs. And so if we could do
That's
this in the
funny.
movies to substantiate the $275 million budget for the movie, then I think that soaps could benefit from a little bit more product placement to help them with their sets. Look, it's my dad or a ninja. Get him.
Well, I mean, you know, on General Hospital, Carly's big thing is microwave pizzas. They can't find a microwave pizza brand to
Microwave pizza, like a bagel bun?
Carly's a horrible cook.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're
And
right.
she always used to love microwave pizza.
Yeah, but it's good giornos or something, right?
That's that's
Right,
oven pizza.
exactly,
How do you
that's what I'm saying.
like a whole pizza? You microwave the pizza?
Or frozen pizza, whatever it is.
Oh,
They
okay. I was gonna
prefer to
say,
roast
like
pizza a
the
lot.
only pizza I can think of microwaving is like a bagel bite, you know, a pizza
Well,
loaf.
they have those little single ones, but
Yeah.
yes, but it
Little
was, you
single
know,
ones from
Oh
Costco.
yeah, those. It's been so long. Where
Sorry.
you put it on the tray, you flip the tray, and it's silver on the bottom.
Yeah, it
and
has
you
a
flip the
silver-
little tabs so the pizza doesn't slide off.
Yeah,
Okay.
and maybe if you're lucky, a little bit crispy if you're lucky.
Oh my god.
You're very lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you know, that sounds like a mighty Thanksgiving dinner to me.
You know, maybe we need to write a soap opera and just do a lot of product placement to pay for it,
I mean, that's how we get something funded, right?
right?
That might work.
Like, you know, like, so, you know, when they're on social media on the soaps, like, just get Zuckerberg to give you some money or something for Facebook.
Mhm.
You know, just say, hey, Mark, give us $175,000 for the year, and we will
I
use
hate-
Facebook every single time we flip open social media. We will use it in plot.
I'm muting for 1 second, guys.
Okay. Coffee and frozen pizza make Kaiwan's stomach hurt. That's too bad.
At the same time or separately, or it doesn't matter.
I would imagine it doesn't matter. Otherworldly 2003, which I think is the person that sent us the message on Twitter saying that James Reed also played on General Hospital. Carly makes me think of Totino's pizzas for years.
The one, oh my gosh, that's hilarious because I think you can buy one of those for 99 cents. That's the cheap one, huh?
Janet, oh goodness. Hey Janet, welcome, Janet.
You buy that
So
at
when it
Dollar
comes to
Tree.
the poll, I'm going to end the poll. 57% of viewers participating in the poll that wanted to participate and are watching in this moment in time. So it's a very small section of fans. 57% pick Ava and Harris. Look at that.
57%
Pick Ava
prefer
and Harris
that.
over Johnny and
Boom,
Chanel.
baby, boom.
Boom. Now that does mean 42%, which is still a very high number, picked Johnny and Chanel. And this is just picking one. This is nothing other than me saying pick one and giving two options. So read into this as you will. It had no intention other than pick one.
I'm going to say I'm actually surprised
What'd you get?
because Johnny and Chanel are a very, very popular couple. I
They
am
are.
surprised. I got my great aunt her coffee.
Okay.
She's
perfect.
95. I'm going to visit her. I got her an old fashioned donut and her small Dunkin' Donuts coffee,
The Dunkin'.
cream and
Oh
one
my
sweetener.
gosh, you're in the Dunkin' drive-through. Awesome.
Oh, the Dunkin'.
My sister-in-law goes to the Dunkin' drive-through so much they usually give her coffee complimentary because she's there.
Oh, the one by my house knows my name, and when I start my order, because we take turns ordering for the whole house because my parents that I nanny for sometimes one of them always works at home, the other one sometimes does, and my daughter. As soon as I start, they're like, "All right, Angela, we know what you want."
Yep.
Or sometimes I'll like want a different drink, and they'll be like, "But what about your iced tea?" And I'm like, "Well, I was trying something different. Is that okay?" It's not.
No.
They don't like change.
When my sister-in-law gets up to where, to give her order, they say, "Chris, you want this regular?" I said, should we start your regular? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then half the time they
What a
don't start.
life! What a life that would. My dude, my partner that lives on the other side of this door here. He I'll talk to him about the simple life. Like moving to the Midwest and opening up a diner outside of a highway, in which Gus comes and gets his same breakfast every
It's
morning
normal.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know where it is that you came up with this fascination for old timey Americana. But that only happens in the movies. You're not going to open up a diner on the side of a highway and have the same people come in all the time. And I think he's wrong.
He's wrong.
I think he's wrong.
Yeah, he probably is.
Every town has an old diner that old folks and cops go to.
Yeah,
Every town has that.
And
it's always really good food.
Mine is called Nat's Early Bite. And it's just down the street and it's only open for breakfast and you can't get in. Because it's just always packed with people. Just totally packed with people. When was the last time we talked about Days of Our Lives on this Days of Our Lives podcast? Was it been 15 minutes?
Well, what else do you want to talk about?
Really, I mean, I wrote down the notes for the week, but when it comes down to it, we spent a lot of time on the same stories. What we haven't talked about is Abe and Paulina kissing each other.
Aw, I loved it.
Which was sweet.
I loved it when he said he wanted to kiss her too.
And I still do, baby.
Yeah, I thought it was actually, when it comes to Thanksgiving on Days of Our Lives, that was my very favorite Thanksgiving kind of moment. You know, I love holidays on soaps. It gives me that warm and fuzzies. I love it. That was the Thanksgiving that I really enjoyed.
It makes me think definitely that by the time Christmas comes around, Abe will probably remember his life.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to love it. I love Paulina and Abe. I do.
There's going to be an angel on the wing with on the tree with a bell, and the bell's going to ring, and he's going to be like, I remember you, Paulina. I remember our wedding day. I remember your children.
He's going to remember.
I like Chanel pointing out that Lonnie is on track to get out by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be a great thing to have her show up for Christmas, and just as Abe's remembering, since he was so sad looking at the pictures.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. He had to stop looking at him because
knew
he should be feeling something, even though he kind of underneath it all was. But yeah,
although
made him.
I really also loved the Abe and Nicole stuff we've gotten the past couple weeks.
Well, I have to give Ari props because he was very convincing, devastated mom, and oh my gosh, how when all this comes out now that they said they accidentally cremated the baby and all that, oh my gosh, that doctor and Melinda and Sloan got every single crappy thing happens to them. Oh, they got it coming to them. I hope they got nothing but tears and fears.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. Yeah. Although I wonder if Sloane's gonna throw Melinda under the bus and pretend that she had nothing to do with it.
Oh, sure she will if she thinks that it's gonna save her little scrawny butt.
Yes, and then Melinda's gonna be extra hurt because all she talks about how Sloane is her friend.
And I think Melinda, when it comes push to shove, she'd do the same damn thing. Because she's evil.
Evil. Evil indeed. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yes, very much evil, very, very, very bad, up to no good, doing horrible wrong things, just making poor choices left and right. Really the people who only make good choices are John and Steve. Everybody else is just on a track and just making poor choices, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
and wait till EJ finds out the truth.
And yeah, that's the thing there, and so that's what I was leading up to with that. Is for the longest time I kept on thinking about the Nicole half of this baby because she's been killing it, and so I've been thinking about her a lot. Because the performance has been so good. You know, she stands outside of Brady's pub holding her baby holding her belly going, I miss you, baby. And it just makes me think about how like a lady when she's pregnant has a baby for like 9 months longer than everybody else knows it and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But then I think about the EJ half of stuff, which of course he's been there for. But then, you know, I don't know how depraved and evil EJ really is other than hiring hit people to try to kill Ava. When he finds out, he might go break necks.
He might go crazy. I don't blame him if he does. And that, you know, and yeah. Well, EJ already has that sinister look to him sometimes. You know, he got that smoldering. When he's angry, it's very visible. He's angry. He gets that. He has a look on his face.
He might punch Eric.
And he's actually, you know, he's double full too. Not only is not even the child's father, not really. But then but the time that he does believe it's his child, it's claims to be as passed away.
Yeah.
Ooh, EJ's gonna light that place on fire. I hope he does. I'm there to see it. And bring his crazy mother back too. She can help him light it up.
Well, no,
Oh,
Susan will
smokes.
try to talk him out of doing anything bad because Susan's just good.
Aw.
Oh goodness, there should be a
Oh, I
like
thought
button
she had a
somewhere
dark side
around.
too because she's on the soap opera.
No, Susan is like pure innocence and good.
Aw.
But, they could hook up, they could have EJ and Salone, trying to plot to get Eric and Nicole away from each other.
Yeah, they
My
could.
enemy's enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Leishin.
You know who I haven't seen for a little bit? We need a good taste of her because she is so fun to watch be bad. And that's Kristen. Where is she? We need to see Kristen soon.
That is true.
She's very entertaining. I love watching Kristen. She got a little gears turning all the time.
She's got nothing going on right now. She needs a machination.
What kind of revenge and devious crap can I think of?
Well, her and Brady will be fighting about Rachel here soon, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. So, Brady was giving Teresa the eyes, and I don't like that.
I saw a promo of them kissing, and Ashley and Alex walked in on them.
Oh, gross. But then Teresa has been dreaming a lot recently, though.
Brady wants what he can't have.
Well, he shouldn't want to have Teresa, even if he can't have her. It's not a good choice. It's not a good choosing. It's not good.
But he was actually, Teresa was like a very big love of his.
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad, Brady. That's bad to have.
It's bad to have.
It's bad to have, Brady. Gotta find a way to fall out of this love.
Well, he's not still in love with her currently, but it's very easy to fall,
Stop.
Well, she has Teresa got a lot going on for her when it comes to what attracts a dude.
Yep.
They'll be willing to make a mistake for maybe a little taste of that.
Yeah. But now Brady knows about, Teresa and Alex. So now he's like, oh, wait, well, maybe there's something here I want to take a look at.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Just let somebody else have her. Just do
Isn't
it.
that human nature, though? It's not, you don't necessarily want that until you realize that somebody else does.
It's toxic.
True.
Toxicity.
But I want Brady and Kristen, so they need to get Kristen a boyfriend to amp up the jealousy of.
So Brady would just be like, I want all of these women.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Marstoff's a handsome man, but I don't know if he's 3 women handsome.
Well, actually, when it comes to me, when it comes to who's handsome, I think Brady is, he's pretty handsome. He's the most manly, rugged to me.
And you love a rugged, manly man.
Rugged thing going on.
She does. She loves a rugged man.
I know. Patch is pretty rugged too.
Just ruggedness.
Well,
Patch is like a.
She prefers her men with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Is that it? Are you at your destination now, Angela? Is that it?
I am, but I still have a few minutes.
Oh, well, look at you. You don't live that far away at all. Now, in reality, we've been doing the podcast for about an hour, so, now is an appropriate time. Plus, we've been really stretching.
Yep.
It could be my fault for not paying close enough attention this week.
Well, no,
That's weird. People remind you of things that happen that you missed.
It wasn't a horrible week that I wish I wouldn't have seen, but it wasn't the most riveting week of Days of Our Lives.
Well, we're gonna have to get to the riveting, all right? Because John is gonna have to figure out that he's actually Constantine's nephew, and his whole memories are packed in a jar, like a jar of memories. It's just radiating light on the inside. It's an old mason jar that's been held in Greece for the last 72 years, and these are all of John's memories, and he has to decide: do I open the jar and let the memories back, or do I just smash it, letting that life go and forgetting about it forever and ever? and I vote for smashing the jar.
I like that whole analogy with the jar.
Oh, I was going for realistic. I was
This
going
week,
for
John
they literally
and
have
Steve
a jar of his memories.
Okay.
No, today's day and age, they have it on a USB drive.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought of too, Angela. Well, at least they didn't plug it.
Well, that's why I went with the jar of
I
memories.
don't know though. They're going to Greece, so it could still be a jar in the old
jar
country.
of memories, like fireflies on the inside, but it's really just his love for his mom or something, you know.
Well, I can't wait for Maggie to find out the real, the coat that Constantine is really wearing. Oh boy, she's, what I like about Maggie, she seems like a pushover, but every once in a while they'll have her have a little fire.
She's been on the soap for so
She
long.
seems like just the most sweet old lady to a certain degree, but she got fire sometimes.
Oh, she does.
Mm-hmm.
I liked when she told her daughter to mind her business the other day.
Yeah.
Which was just like,
Yep.
Oh.
Well, Constantine, that whole baby, kidnap it for 10 minutes, that stinking worked. That
it
worked
did.
exactly the way he wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it did work how he wanted it to, but it also brought Xander and Sarah close, which he doesn't want.
Right.
So.
Oh, yeah. And Xander's one of those kooky kids, he go off on you. I love it. I love the look on that actor when he's angry. I haven't seen him be angry that many times yet, but I want to. I like the way he kind of lowers and he reminds me of the Joker when he's pissed. Xander.
Yeah.
Don't get you.
He does really like Sarah, though. For realsies.
He does.
For realsies, not for fakesies.
Yes, he does.
And she really likes him too.
She's his person.
She really likes him
I did
too.
ask Twitter what Xander did, though, and they gave me a laundry list of just terrible things. just horrible things that this man has done.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this works, but it does.
Xander is, but I mean, you can also ask them about Steve though too.
But that was before. That was before he lost
Steve
his
had
eye.
a pretty bad list back in the day.
That was before he lost his eye and became a good man.
All of them had a pretty check.
Well, no, he didn't become a good man until well after he lost the eye.
He lost the eye, and with it was the evil.
Nope, the evil stuck around for a while after the eye.
Oh, migrated to his other eye. Okay.
Yeah,
it was doubly evil.
Yes.
I appreciate you, Otherworldly. I appreciate you contributing to the chat. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. I got to prepare for the big interview at 12.
Yeah, we do.
The big Nathaniel Gray, who plays Mason on General Hospital, is going to be right here on this channel at 12 noon with me and Matt and Kat.
Yep.
Does Angela have a channel name for herself? She does not. She does not. But...
No, I am, but not yet. It's coming though. Michael and I are working on one, which will be probably mostly me because he doesn't like to be on camera, but that's okay. But I am going to be having a private soap Zoom chat today, and I am going to be one of his guest hosts on that this afternoon.
Go send money to James Lutt Jr. You can get more Angela.
You can.
But of course, he's doing this at the exact same time. At 12, he's doing it at the exact same time. Nathaniel's going to be here for free, by the way.
Right, but we'll probably be going longer than you guys probably go. Usually our soap
I have no
chats go
idea.
a few hours.
I told him half an hour to an hour, and he's like, great. So I don't know how much we're going to get.
Yeah.
So that's it. So come back to this channel at 12. Hang out with us and Nathaniel Gray, who played Mason on General Hospital. When it comes to a 10th floor just podcast, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. We'll figure it out. But we're definitely going to be talking to Nathaniel here in an hour and 45 minutes. So go relax and come on back, and we're going to be ready for that. But when it comes to Days of Our Lives stuff, we're going to be right back here next week on YouTube at 9 a.m. Pacific time for another Days for Dummies.
Yes.
In the meantime, between that, you can like the video now. You can subscribe to this channel. You can leave a comment if you're watching on the replay. You can also follow us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. And you can also follow Angela on Twitter at Brooklyn74. It's down at the bottom, just written. They're not links on the video, they're just written. So go to Twitter and type them in. Also, Soap Opera News is our number one source for all kinds of cool soap opera news. They've got a really good, it's a name that just gets straight to business,
And none of it's baloney. You can count on it being fact.
As a matter of fact, things will even be a day after everybody's being like, blah, 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 because they want to make sure that it's not baloney, blah, 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 blah. So that's good, is what I'm saying.
And this week's sneak peek pictures for Days is up.
Well, there you go. Sneak
We got
peek
some fun
pictures
ones.
for Days. So go and click on soapoperanews.net for the sneak peek pictures to find out what's going to be happening next week.
Yeah.
Yes, bring lollipops at 12. That's for sure. And that is it. I was trying to catch Angela on Clyde being Gregory Chase. Did she confirm? Yes, otherworldly, 100%. James Reed played. See, I've told you she was the one that sent me the Twitter message. Yes, Gregory Chase was played originally by James Reed for a couple of weeks on General Hospital before the role was taken over by Harrison.
Well, he sure does sell it as a slimy Southerner.
He sure does. He sure does. Hi, Lori. All right, that is it. I'm out of here. Class dismissed. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And I've been Angela from the car with Matt and Kat.
And we'll catch you right here next time for Days for